Namaste guys, and welcome back to my new video. So today, as you probably already read in the title, we are going to talk about stereotypes and cliches, but most importantly about questions that I received once I returned back from India and questions I had to deal with. Questions coming from close family members and also questions coming from friends or even people I just met at a job venue or somewhere. So I thought of sharing that with you, and well, probably it could change some people's mindset or some people's perspectives. And I thought it's important to talk about these kind of topics as well. So point number one, is India really so dirty and did it smell like garbage everywhere you went? Woo! So first of all, I think this is probably not the most appropriate question you would ask someone who just returned from a country that is really close to that person's heart. And secondly, I think it's sad that actually many people just connect India to dirt and to dust and to garbage. And of course, I also want to be honest in this video, and I think we all can agree that India is not the cleanest country. Yes, that is true, and that India still has to do a lot to do something to improve cleanliness and also education-wise, I guess. And I'm not talking about very well-educated people, and that's actually the next cliche that many people think, oh, India is such a poor country, and probably they don't even have a good education system at all. And then you see engineers, and then you see IT specialists, and then you see amazing doctors, and people would not believe, oh, this is really India. Yes, it is. So, yeah, but I'm talking about, when I say education, of course, I talk about underprivileged or region or slum areas where, of course, people need education. That's a fact. But a point which I really wanted to add talking about this topic and is that I worked in a couple of schools, right? Like not just one school, but I think 5-6 different schools in different states as well. No, actually not in different states. I was in Karnataka. Sorry. But different cities. And the schools where I've been to, all of them educated the children when it comes to save your environment, protect Mother Nature, don't throw any, whatever belongings of yours, any plastic on the ground, or I don't know how to say, but like they are really working on it. And I think that's much more important to see, like, okay, is there development? Is there actually something changing? And yes, there is. And looking at my generation or friends whom I have in India, and they're like same age as I am, they would never throw anything on the ground. They would never, mess up their place they're living in. So asking the question, is India really so dirty? I mean, come on, is that really what you're interested in a country? That's sad. For instance, in Mysore, you would most probably, if you send any foreigner to Mysore and say, hey, this is India, now experience whether it's dirty or not, they would be like, hey, what's happening here? Because Mysore is such a clean city. If you go to Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, of course, it's entirely different. There are major cities, there are big cities. There are a lot of people. You also always have to have a look at the population, of course. And of course, there's a lot to do. Definitely, that's 100% true. And I also must admit that most of the times I was just looking for dustbins. Like, I really want to, I would obviously never throw anything on the ground and never throw any plastic anywhere. But when you actually, maybe you ate a snack or something and you're just looking for a dustbin, but there is none. Yes, that is a problem, but that is something we can actively and efficiently work on, I guess. And also talking about that aspect, a friend of mine, his friend actually runs a company which introduced the entire recycling system, which is such a step forward, and it's moving forward. And I think in the next generation, this problem is going to be targeted a lot. So I don't want to keep on protecting India for that matter, but I thought I just want to give you a different perspective. That you even have, even have a lot of shields or like signs saying that cleanliness is important, keep your environment clean. Again, schools are working on it, and yeah, I think that's all what I wanted to say for this point. All right. Coming to the next point. Did you see cows on the road? Yes, I did. Are you happy now? Whenever I would talk about India, the first three things that comes up in people's minds is dirt, cows, and either Taj Mahal sometimes or rapes. But that is the next point. Or yes, I did see cows on the roads, but India is not only about cows. And I think many people, in fact, even including me, didn't even really know the background. Why are cows sacred? I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm not sure. Well, so in ancient India, cows help people to not fall into poverty. So basically, they provided the family with milk, and then you can make ghee out of it and curd, and that really supported. So basically, one cow could help an entire family. That's what I wanted to say. So the cow was a symbol of prosperity, and I think this is also a big reason why people still believe in the cow, you could say, and why they are allowed to walk on the roads. But actually, I don't really know. Maybe in the first couple of days, like on my first trip to India, I was like, oh my god, there are cows on the road, crazy. But you just get so used to it. And after all, I think it's not that much of a big deal. Apart from cows trying to get into shops. Oh yeah, they always dance in saris, right? First of all, from a perspective of a person like me who actually dances Bollywood. I know there's not exactly Bollywood style, but then I'm not a classical dancer either, so I'm doing something Bollywood related, right? No, saris is not at all comfortable to dance in. Okay, please get that in your mind, please. Like, and for all of you who didn't know, yes, there's saris, but there are so many other different types of clothes. For instance, what I'm wearing right now, kurta, or you have anarkali, which kind of looks like a dress, but then you would wear leggings beneath. Then there is patiala pants, like the kind of Punjabi pants, like these people here would say Aladdin pants, which is traditional for Punjab, like northern part of India region. You even have regions such as Punjab where saris are actually not commonly worn. I mean, suit is much more popular in comparison to saris. And even I was quite surprised when I traveled to Punjab. I was packing my bag and I would carry a sari, and then I look at everyone is wearing suit, and I'm like, why am I so dumb? And even every region has also different ways of how to drape a sari. So there's not only one way how to drape a sari. And like looking at Gujarat, for instance, so what I want to tell you guys is that no, there's not only sari, and there is lehenga choli, for instance, which is amazing for dancing. Like you've got this kind of blouse like a choli, and you've got the skirt along with it, or ghagra choli, which is more like that. How can I say? It's really good if you want to spin. Yeah, so there are a lot of different types of Indian clothes, not only sari. All right, and then coming to my next point. I don't want to travel there. Too many women are getting raped. Whew. Yes, this is really what someone told me. To be very precise, I went to Edeka, which is a supermarket chain in Germany, and I remember I was like, how can I say, I was moving towards the cash counter with my trolley, and I was just being a bit slow, but there was like literally no one in the supermarket, so I had like all the time of the world. There was no stress, no hurry. And then he told me, oh, like in a kind of sarcastic way, wow, you're so quick, or wow, you're like walking so fast, kind of. And then I was like, well, why is everyone in Germany always so stressed out? And then he was like, oh, I get it, like you're in the Spanish vibe. And I was like, no, I'm in the Indian vibe. And then I said, yes, I've been to India for a year. And then he said, oh no, I would not want to travel there, like way too many women there getting raped. And then I was like, wow, this is all you know about the country, amazing. And then he was like, well, that's what you see in the media. And then I replied, yes, exactly, that's the point, media. Also, this is a very sensitive point. Very difficult to find the right words. I totally get that. Again, I'm in the position of a foreigner, so it's always difficult to talk sense from my perspective, or something that I'm allowed to say. I can't deny the fact that rapes are still happening, and that rape is a problem that India is still facing. Yes. And we should not close our eyes and pretend, oh no, everything is fine and nothing is happening there. That's wrong. That's my opinion. But again, devaluing a country to something like that is also not right at all. How can you say, I don't want to travel there, too many women are getting raped? How many people have asked me like, oh, did something happen to you? And I believe if something happens, it can happen in any country of the world. And there are certain areas probably which you just shouldn't enter if you are alone, or just not intentionally going out in the night if it's not necessary. And it's sad. Yes, it's sad that this is the way it is. But I think this is a thing also many feminists and many women fighters, if I can say this, still fighting for their freedom and fighting for justice. And this is amazing. But okay, not drifting so far apart. So I remember that there was the Nirbhaya case, and I think that was in 2012. But I also believe that since this case, a lot has changed. Not enough, but it has changed. And from my perspective, living in the South, I personally never felt unsafe. And I also believe that yes, there might be a lot of bad people. They're existing all across the globe, not only in India. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of helpful people, and a lot of people who have a good heart and who are there for you and who don't look away. And I also came across such amazing people there, and I won't forget that. Yeah. So this is something I wanted to mention. Please don't just devalue country and just break it down to the point of, oh yeah, there are just people getting raped and that's it. This is an entire country. How can you say this is the only fact that stands for India? This is so sad. So hope I could make that clear. Didn't you feel unsafe? I think I also kind of mentioned that, or kind of answered that in the previous question. Personally, no, I did not. I felt much more fear and insecurity in Germany, because there are not many people on the street and on the road in the night. So I never really had this feeling of being scared or not feeling safe or avoiding to go out somewhere. I think when I was traveling in North India, honestly speaking, I had more respect, I would say, to go to certain areas, and we were always traveling in a group. Well, but like speaking about Bangalore, I think it's such a modern city. It really is. So guys, I hope this video was not too depressing or too aggressive. I'm really sorry. Sometimes maybe I get a bit I get a bit tensed, or I tend to express things in a way which sound a bit sarcastic and stuff. Sorry for that. I also hope for all the foreigners who are watching this, if you can understand my point of view, so please don't take it personal. Thanks for watching, guys. Dhanyavad, Navalagallu, Shukriya, and see you in my next video. Bye bye!